Hey guys, my name is Lindsay. I am a homeschooling mom to a 6-year-old little boy. His name is Mozzie Dean. He's in kindergarten. I've been watching all these YouTube channels for, I don't know, years now for homeschooling advice, and I'm obsessed with different curriculums, even though we basically stick to one, although now, which is the point of this video, we switched and are trying something new for language arts. But I just decided maybe I'll get on the fun, try it out. I'm sitting right now in our classroom. At some point, I'm sure I'll show you around so you can see what it looks like. That's pretty much my favorite video out there, is to watch other homeschool room tours. I love to see how people set it up, and ours is pretty traditional. It looks like a classroom, like a kid's classroom. I know some people are a bit more creative than I am, but I actually really like the classroom setting and don't have any qualms with it, so that's what I stuck with. But today, I'm actually going to be reviewing, maybe not reviewing, but I'm going to be talking to you about the good and the beautiful, which is what I have been using for language arts. We did whatever the level is below this. We also did this. We attempted for the second time the level K primer, and it's just not working for us, and I love it, but Mozzie doesn't like it. It's not sinking in. It's just not really working for him. So I needed to come to terms with the fact that this for us is not working. Maybe we'll come back to it. I'll hang on to this, but for right now, this is not for us. We do use their math curriculum. I don't know if it's level 1 or that's also level K. I'm not sure, but we love it. Love, 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 love. I cannot recommend the math enough from the good and the beautiful. But so I guess let me share what the issue is with this. First of all, if you use this and you love it and it works great for your kid, that is amazing. I wish it worked for us. Like I said, we used this last year, and we had originally, I homeschooled pre-K, and I got the level K primer last year, assuming that this is what we would be in. And after doing 9 or 10 lessons, I quickly realized he was not ready for this. I do think the good and the beautiful is a bit advanced, so you don't always match up with whatever number you're supposed to be in. So if you're starting out first grade and you're switching to the good and the beautiful, you might actually be kindergarten, and it does not matter. Moms, do not stress out that your kid is at the number that they're supposed to be. It does not matter. They will pick it up, they will learn it, and that's why we homeschool. We can go at their pace and meet their needs that in a traditional classroom setting might not be happening. So we tried this again this year, and what lesson did we make it to? We did get past 10, but barely. We did lesson 13, and that was it. So we redid lessons 1 through 10, and let me give you a quick. Now we ripped out pages and worked in this so it doesn't look exactly as it would brand new, obviously. I'm not quite sure how to do this. It moves too quickly, in my opinion. If your child is someone that really needs to conquer something before they go on to something else, I don't know that this is for them. Now, I say that knowing that tons of people use language arts from the good and the beautiful. It's one of the top ones that I see actually on Instagram, which I'm really big on Instagram. I am really big on Instagram, okay? I really like to be on Instagram. That's where I get a lot of my ideas. So many people use this, and I wanted to be those somebodies, and it just did not work. So you learn a concept, and it feels like right away in the next lesson, you're on to the next thing. And he wasn't it was moving too quickly. It wasn't like we're learning something for a couple lessons and it's really solidifying and we're really understanding it, and then we move on to a new concept. It just seemed so fast. Part of the problem was right away you're sounding out letters, which is fine. You would expect that, but you're also sounding out words. He really, and I think, yeah, from lesson 1, you're sounding out words already. And he really struggles with blending sounds. So he can hear and t, but to say at and put it together to make at, it just is not working for him. So you do one word in lesson 1, you do a couple words in lesson 2, and you keep on going with a couple words each time. But he wasn't able to blend the words. So that whole section just became so frustrating because he wasn't mastering in the previous lesson any of those words to begin with. So it just kind of snowballed. And you don't have to. It says in the beginning here that you don't need to master all of this. But I just felt like because he wasn't getting success after each lesson, it just was frustrating. And obviously reading is so important, language arts. If you're gonna master anything, I want him to master this. So it also came with this cute little reader, which I'm sure we'll be using as well. So I don't chalk it up as a loss, honestly. You live, you learn, you try things. And again, like I said, the beauty of homeschooling is we're just gonna adjust, try something new. So what came in the mail today, like because I ordered this last year, I don't know if it's just this. Do I have other things laying around? I have no idea. But that's what I have, that's what I found. So the only other language arts program that I've ever heard of to go on is Explode the Code. I know nothing about it other than, like I said, Instagram. People use it and they love it. I didn't know what to get. There's ABC, Get Ready for the Code, which is what I ended up going with. There's books 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. I didn't see a lot of sample pages online, so I just decided, and I ordered this through christianbook.com. I just decided to start at the beginning. It seemed to me, based on what I was reading online, that they had their own, each curriculum varies. They have their own way of teaching. I wanted to make sure that we knew what that was and I wasn't throwing him into something else that was just a little bit too hard. I wanted him to have the concepts down first. So we are backtracking yet again, and I got Get Ready for the Code book A and B. Hopefully this is in frame. I can't actually see, obviously, when I hold this up above my head. C, and then I don't know if I needed this, but I got the teacher's guide as well. I read through the first lesson, I guess. I don't know if it's the first lesson. This is just set up so differently than what we're used to with the Good and the Beautiful language arts. It seems that this just goes letter by letter, not in alphabetical order, and each letter has a designated lesson, but it is pages and pages of materials. So for the letter A, it's pages 1 through 12, which is a lot, especially if you're coming from the Good and the Beautiful and you just feel like things are rolling on. I think that's going to be good for us. I do think I maybe should have gone with book 1, but I would rather him maybe take a step back and have success with it, and him think that this is so easy and he's excited to do it because he knows it's no big deal, than to switch to number 1 and I'm pushing it and maybe it's not, I don't know, maybe it was just too hard for him to start out with. So I'm okay if we breeze through this, but I'm going to give you examples out of here, because to me, this is just crazy how, I don't want to say slow, but it is just far more repetitive. If you have a child that needs repetition to learn something and to really solidify it, this I think will work. If you have someone that's a quick learner and can get new concepts and sounds and blending words, then The Good and the Beautiful for sure is for you. This is far slower. Even at the beginning, this is just say what the differences are in each row, which again, I think it's gonna be way too easy, but it's okay. We'll solidify what we already know. And this, they want him to do a line in between the two lines without touching the lines, if that makes sense. And this, so this is book A, and it starts with the letter F. Why? I don't really know, but that's how they do it. What I did like is, because he's having a hard time blending sounds, he is good with, usually with what a word starts with, he can hear that sound. What it ends with, he doesn't always get, and like I said before, to blend it, he's not quite there. There wasn't a whole lot, in my opinion, of phonics and sounds of words and blendings with The Good and the Beautiful, where this, I really like this page here, which you can't read, but it's in every single, each letter goes through the same type of stuff. It is so repetitive. Every letter is going to have a page like this. It's going to have a page like this, like the previous ones, etc., etc. But it asks a bunch of questions, and their answer is somewhere over here, but it's really to get them thinking that you're saying the sound over and over and over again in various words. And they kind of view these words here, these objects, as their vocab words, which I find interesting. That is new for us as well. So I'll read the first one to get an example. I am thinking of something that is often made of wood. It keeps animals in a yard. What is it? So then they want the object over here on the other page, which this page is in my teacher book, so I don't have to read it from here, which this makes me think maybe I didn't need the teacher book, but we'll see. I'll have to kind of give you a review back on that later if I needed it or not. It says, put your finger on the fence. What sound does fence begin with? Color in the fence. Everything bold over here are all words that starts with F. So you are saying the F sound over and over and over, and your child is saying it over and over. Another thing that they said is, on average, kids do, I think they said 3 to 4 pages. So they're not expected to do all 12 pages for as if that is a lesson. And obviously you can go faster or slower based on your child, which I appreciate. So they write it out. They say what starts with the letter F. They talk about capital F very briefly, but that was not a focus. And then I think we're still, what number is this? Yeah, this will be the last one then for the letter F. And then this page, we're also reviewing, which I appreciate, the letter F, while also going on to the letter B. So anyways, all of them, the A, the B, and C are all set up similar. Something else I found interesting, I don't think they do vowels in any of the books. Where did I read that? I have no idea. Someone, if you know, let me know. But I don't think they do vowels. And then in book 1, I'm pretty sure is when they did vowels and blending. So we're backtracking in that we're going over letters again for the 9 millionth time. Honestly, I'm sick of letters, but I want to make sure he has a strong foundation before we move on, which is why I'm being so kind of crazy about this. So anyways, I hope that's helpful. If you have questions, let me know. If you want to see me page through a whole book or you want more on this, let me know and I could do it over on my Instagram stories. I know when I'm looking for curriculum, it drives me nuts because I can't see enough. I felt like I ordered this blind. I think it's going to work for sure. I think we'll have success with it, which I am very excited about, but I am wondering if I could have gotten away with just ordering the first book, but that's okay. We're gonna do this and do it as fast or as slow as we can and get on with it. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching my video, especially if you made it this far. You're amazing. Moms, you got this. Keep loving those babies of yours. You are doing an amazing, amazing job. Take care, guys.